Stop buying fresh mushrooms, you'll thank you. Fresh mushrooms are fantastic, they taste amazing, but they only last 4 or 5 days. This pack I bought today, it's brand new. I got these shiitakes from my local Asian market. This shiitake mushroom is from the same Asian market, but the package was a day older. This shiitake mushroom was 3 days ago. It's kind of gross, a little slimy. And if you were to buy these sliced up, you're only gonna get maybe 2 or 3 days out of them. Now, dried mushrooms like these can last indefinitely, as long as they're kept dry. And the good news is, they actually taste better than their fresh counterpart. Dried mushrooms are essentially cooked slowly at a very low temperature to release their moisture, which actually concentrates the mushroom flavor. Adam Ragusea has a fantastic video about this, which I'll link below, which has a lot more information about exactly why. But to me, dried mushrooms are essentially a pantry essential. Like I said, they're far more loaded with flavor. You can use them in recipes for stocks and soups, but you can also use them in the noodle dishes, anywhere where you're gonna use mushrooms. Now, I like to buy my mushrooms whole dried at my local Asian market. They're a lot cheaper this way, and you have a much wider variety. Now, you can also find these online. I just searched for dried shiitake mushroom, but you could find dried versions of just about every mushroom, and a lot of times cheaper than its fresh counterpart. I always get asked by people when I use a funky variety of mushrooms where I'm getting them at, and usually it's at my local Asian market, but I do a lot of searching online. I know my local Publix supermarket only carries 4 different varieties of the exact same mushroom, so there's not a whole lot of choice there. And when they do carry dry versions, they're extremely more expensive. This little half-ounce package was $6.99 at my local supermarket. This 6-ounce package of the same mushroom was $9.99 at my local Asian market. And like I said, usually the varieties are endless. I found these lion's mane mushrooms, dried lion's mane. Usually you could buy one of these for like $9.99 at my local fresh market. This whole package was $9.99. And really cool ones like cordyceps, which you're not gonna find these at like a Wegmans or Publix. I mean, this is a unique mushroom with a ton of cool uses and some cool medical benefits as well.
So using them is easy. I like to trim them up dry so that way you're not hydrating pieces you're not gonna use, like cutting off the ends if you want to do that. But sometimes they're just ready to roll. Or you can give them a quick dunk or a rinse in cold water. That's going to wash off some of the little sandy bits that might be present. You can slice them before or after washed, or you could just leave them whole. I'm slicing some of these just to kind of show you the difference. Then just throw them in a bowl, add a little pinch of salt, and cover them with hot water. I'm gonna put a cover on the bowl and let these rest. 15 minutes, it's about what it needs. Or you could do them in a pan and boil them down. Personally, I just like to throw them in a dry pan, cover them with water, add a pinch of salt, kick the heat up, bring them to a boil, cover, and let them simmer for about 10 minutes, which is plenty of time for today's sponsor.
Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating clean with dinners that work for you, not the other way around. And all the food comes well organized in these little kits, which is super convenient. And the great thing is you can find a variety of options to support your lifestyle goals. Now, I know a lot of you have noticed how much weight I lost and just how much healthier I am. I've been running, doing yoga, and eating better, and Green Chef helps me eat clean and live a healthy lifestyle. The ingredients come pre-portioned and often pre-chopped with sauces pre-made in-house. It can't get much easier. With easy recipes that taste great, Green Chef helps me get into a clean eating routine and build healthy eating habits. They make it easy to eat clean, quality food that you can feel great about. And it tastes really good, like really good. It's always so awesome. I love Green Chef. And I love that Green Chef is powered by 100% renewable electricity. So gang, use my code Saucestache50 to get 50% off plus free shipping. Go to greenchef.com for more details. That's code Saucestache50 to get 50% off plus free shipping. Only at greenchef.com. Green Chef, thanks for sponsoring today's video and for always providing me with these incredible meals. I love them.
Okay, we're back. The mushrooms are hydrated up, so you can treat these just like any other mushroom. You could use them like I did in my boiled mushroom video, where you just boil these shrooms all the way down until the broth is completely gone, and then just kind of simmer them in their own simmering stuff, and just maybe add a little bit of oil to kind of cook them all the way through and finish them off. Now, I'm gonna make a noodle dish with these and use the broth to kind of flavor the noodles and flavor the rest of the dish, but you can use this broth, like I said, for like an insane base for soup. It's incredibly flavorful. What I'm gonna be making here is pretty simple. I'm just gonna slice these mushrooms up. I'm gonna get a pan nice and hot over like a medium-high heat with a touch of olive oil and then toss these mushrooms in and kind of allow them to simmer and steam out as much of the liquid as possible. Now, after a few minutes of these steaming, this whole dish is gonna take maybe 15 minutes. I'm gonna toss some noodles into some boiling water, add some of that liquid, like I said, some of that mushroom broth. It's really gonna flavor these up. Now I'm gonna just salt and pepper the shrooms, and I'm gonna add a little bit more of that broth. I really wanna kind of add some more of that mushroomy flavor to this whole dish. Now I'm gonna add maybe a tablespoon of vegan butter to this, let that melt down, add in some sliced onions, let those cook down until they soften, add a little bit of garlic, and now let's make kind of like a sauce. Now for mine, I'm gonna add a little bit of rice vinegar. I think that's gonna be great, along with some soy sauce, and then something like sweet and savory. I'm gonna be using my not steak sauce. I think that's gonna work really great here. Now I'm just gonna mix that up, let that cook for just a moment together, and then let's just top our noodles on here. Now I'm just gonna stir this up for just a bit, let that sauce really kind of soak in. I'm gonna add some of that starchy water that's gonna really help thicken up the sauce, help everything kind of stick too. I'm gonna toss in some green onions, plate this up, and this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty proud of this so far, but we're gonna add some sesame seeds, a little bit of chili oil. I think that's gonna take this over the top, and then we're gonna finish it off with some chopped up parsley. So let's see what Monica has to say about this mushroom noodle dish.
Cheers.
I love this.
Super good, right?
Very flavorful.
Yeah, okay. So dive into the pasta. I'm just really curious.
Grab the mushroom as well.
Yeah, oh yeah, get a mushroom on it for sure.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mushroom city pasta. Yeah, this is really good. I mean, this makes a perfect sauce. It's like a light mushroom based, flavor. With the mushrooms are like really like nice firm texture, like super meaty, very savory, very flavorful. I love them.